Hello, and welcome to Breast Cancer Conversations, a podcast brought to you by SurvivingBreastCancer.org. I am Laura Carfing, breast cancer survivor and founder of SurvivingBreastCancer.org, a nonprofit organization providing community, education, and resources to empower those diagnosed with breast cancer and their caregivers from day one and beyond. In this conversation, I am pleased to welcome back Michelle Stravitz to our podcast. In a previous episode entitled 2unstoppable Part 1, Michelle shared her story about being diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer and provided a wealth of information on the importance of exercise. Today, Michelle shares with us how her cancer diagnosis led her and her co-founder to launch the nonprofit 2unstoppable, an online platform for exercise support regardless of the type of cancer. Welcome to the conversation.
I talked earlier about my personal experience with learning about the importance of exercise after cancer, all those classes I went to, all the programs I attended, and how much I learned and how much I personally experienced. Another personal experience that I had that was very impactful for me was while I was during treatment, and I went to one of those look good, feel good programs where they teach you how to put wigs and scarves and makeup on when you're going through chemotherapy and you've lost your hair. And when I went to it, I ran into an old friend that I'd known from my kids' elementary school. And of course, neither one of us was happy to see each other in that kind of environment because that meant we both had breast cancer, but nonetheless, it was good to reconnect. And what we decided to do to kind of continue, we were both in the middle of treatment, and we made this decision just to get together and to walk once a week together. So we set up a time, and because I have a dog, she used to come to my house, and generally speaking, like once a week on a Friday morning, she would come by and we would walk in my neighborhood with my dog, and we would talk. And I can tell you that there were plenty of days that if she wasn't showing up at 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday, I would not have gotten up and out the door. It was really helpful to have somebody there to show up and be accountable to. And essentially, she was like an exercise buddy for me, or a walking buddy. And in addition to getting me walking, we supported each other. So what I would call like a side benefit of our walks was that we provided each other that peer-to-peer support. And that was really helpful. We talked about what we were going through. We talked about the life events that we were experiencing while going through treatment. Her daughter was getting married. My daughter was graduating from high school. We were both going through things. And, sometimes it's hard to show up for an event when you're not looking your best, or you're not feeling your best, and so on. So we kind of supported each other through that whole process. And then again, through surgery and radiation, or her sequence of treatment was a little different than mine, but we supported each other through our entire treatment process. And that was really, really helpful. So in addition to knowing how important exercise was, I also came to recognize how important a walking buddy might be. A year or two after I was all done with treatment and I was sort of beginning to the extent possible, move on with my life, I got together with a friend who also had gone through breast cancer, who had also occasionally come and walk with me as a support. She was a few years ahead of me in her cancer journey, so she provided some survivor mentoring support to me and could tell me what things were like. And she and I sat down and talked about how important exercise was for her and me during our process. And both of us came at exercise from different places. She's more of an avid exerciser, someone who's, it's been a priority for her for a good 20 years. And I was more on and off. And we sat down and we were just astounded when we learned not only how important exercise is, but how few women are getting the exercise they need. How few breast cancer patients and survivors are hearing the message, and how few of us are doing what we need to be doing to get out there and exercise. And so we started talking for a while, and we basically decided to form a nonprofit organization called 2unstoppable. That's the number 2 and the word unstoppable. And our whole mission is to encourage and support exercise among women who have had a cancer diagnosis. So any woman, any cancer at any point in her process. So she could have been diagnosed yesterday. She could have been diagnosed 20 years ago. Any particular diagnosis, any treatment, they're all part of the group of women that we support. And our purpose is to encourage and support exercise for them. one of the big things that we provide is to encourage people to find a fitness buddy. We provide a free online matching service. It's kind of like a match.com for fitness buddies. And on our website, you can go on, sign up, you set up a profile just like the way you would on a dating
Yeah, I
site.
was going to ask you, how do you get involved and signed up? You just go online and
You just go online. Our website is www.2unstoppable.org. So www.2unstoppable.org. And right on our landing page, there's a place to sign up. It's all free for women who have had a cancer diagnosis, and they can set up, like I said, a profile. It includes a picture if you're comfortable providing a picture, a little bit about yourself and your cancer history, a little bit about your goals for fitness, the kinds of exercise you do or don't like to do, and when you might want to exercise, and you give your zip code so you can find someone in your local area. And people can sign up for free and find themselves a buddy. So one of the things we do is encourage this buddy system, because there's been a lot of research that shows that having a fitness buddy is more likely to motivate you to get out there and exercise, and not only to get started, but help maintain it, to help stay consistent with it. And again, my experience was exactly that my friend was showing up on Friday morning, and that got me out. You're accountable to somebody else, you're being encouraged by somebody else, and that really makes a difference. 2Unstoppable also does some other things to help encourage and support exercise. If you're not looking for a buddy, or that doesn't work for you, we have a whole section on our website with all kinds of resources about exercise. So there are there are videos on types of exercises that are good for cancer survivors. There's information about finding classes and trainers who are specially trained in cancer exercise. There are articles that can help motivate you or give you some information about exercise after cancer. So we have a lot of different resources on our website. One of the things I do want to point out is that if someone's looking to start exercising and they're not sure where to get started, there is some information on our website on how to get started. But specifically, there are oncology certified fitness professionals out there. There are a couple of different certifications for general physical fitness professionals. There's a cancer exercise specialist certification through the Cancer Exercise Training Institute. There's also a program through the American College of Sports Medicine. And you can seek out specific fitness trainers who have been oncology certified. 2Unstoppable has a partnership with one of those, and we're working to get more fitness professionals trained in this, so that there's more of these professionals out there that can particularly service the cancer population. You know, one of the terrible and wonderful things about breast cancer today is that just more and more women are getting diagnosed with breast cancer. The good news is that more and more of us are surviving. But what that means is that there are many more breast cancer survivors out there in the population, and we need supports. We need ongoing supports. And one of those is to have exercise specialists who are trained to understand the specific needs of the cancer patient and survivor. We need people who understand our specific side effects, know how to accommodate for them, know how to help us build back after these treatments. Someone who understands what lymphedema is, somebody who understands what you need to do when you have a port, somebody who understands what it means to have neuropathy. So there are specific certifications, as I said. There's also a specific yoga for cancer certification. There's one called Pink Pilates. And these are all certifications that create fitness professionals who are more sensitive and knowledgeable about the oncology patient and survivor. So that's all on our website as well, and you can find those. But when you're seeking out some specialized support for exercise or a special class, you might look for someone who's particularly certified. And then the other thing that 2Unstoppable provides is events. We try to have some monthly events in the Washington, D.C. area. So we're actually a national organization, and our website is available to anyone. Our matching program is available to anyone. Our resources are available to anyone. But currently, our events are in the local D.C. area. We are going to be spreading out to other geographic areas as well.
Excellent. That's fantastic. I love how you're creating a model right here, like in the DC area, and then able to expand that model nationwide. And you are clearly doing a lot. And, as you were talking about this accountability, how true is that? I was thinking just the other day, how many weeks are there in a year, right? You have like the 52 weeks. And just recently I was going through one of those like slums of fatigue and not feeling my best. And it's been, a little bit, maybe actually I've lost count. It might have been a year since 2 years now, maybe since my active treatment. And it all catches up to you. You're like, wow, I really just went through cancer treatment. Did not work out for a week. I was kind of in the dumps. And then it comes around. I was like, oh my God, like that's 1 week out of my 52. Like that's significant if you keep taking these weeks off, right? Yeah. And so when you're talking about the accountability and the, what's the word I'm looking for? This is the chemo brain. I can blame it on now. But but being able to go and maintain and sustain that workout plan is almost more important than, well, I shouldn't say more important than starting because you have to start. But it's not just that 1 week of, hey, I'm working out today. I bought new gym shoes, a new outfit. I'm going to feel really good. I'm going to the gym 5 days in a row. And then I don't do anything for 2 months. Like that's not the point.
We want exercise to be a habit and a daily routine, or at least a weekly routine, just like brushing your teeth.
Exactly.
So like you have to keep doing that every day for the rest of your life. We want exercise to be a regular part of your life for the rest of your life. It doesn't have to be every day, and we have to be compassionate with ourselves and patient with our bodies. Some days it's not going to work out, but the days that it does, those are the days to focus on getting out and moving. And again, everything counts. So if Wednesday is a particularly difficult day and you can't even walk to your mailbox, then there's always Thursday.
Yes, the point is just to get started and know that there are resources available. Thank you, Michelle, for coming back and speaking with us about your nonprofit, 2Unstoppable, and how people can pair up with a buddy and stay motivated and accountable. Please be sure to check out their website at 2unstoppable.org. It's never too late to get moving. Thank you for tuning in and listening to our show. I would like to acknowledge that all of the information on our podcast are from personal experiences and are not a substitute for professional medical advice. You should always consult with your medical care team. I would also like to give a huge thank you to our executive producer, Braden Germain, for making this show a reality. Be sure to follow us on social media. Details can be found at our website on survivingbreastcancer.org. If you are looking for specific topics or would like to be a guest on our show, you can always contact me at laura@survivingbreastcancer.org. Until next time, keep on thriving.